Welcome back, Legion. Regaining your motivation to train. You possibly might be lacking a little bit of motivation at the moment to continue to train. It's completely fine. You're not the only one. It's completely normal to be lacking motivation at the moment, so don't stress. There's no need to worry about it. In today's video, I'd like to take you through some strategies that might be able to help you regain your motivation and help you moving forward. One strategy that can help you regain your motivation to train is to actually take a break. Mentally refresh. Right now is actually a good opportunity to reset. Now, I'm not saying that you should stop doing anything, but maybe you should think about some other things that you could be doing. Or even just reset, stop the training that you've been doing, take a couple of days. Maybe you don't want to stop doing anything. You might go for walks or swim or choose an activity that you don't normally do, but you just want to have a go at. Have some fun with it. After a couple of days, I think you'll find that your motivation is starting to come back. You'll feel ready to start again. And that's awesome. Give that a go. It's okay though, if your motivation hasn't come back after a couple of days or even a week. This is an opportunity for you now to reassess and define your why. Finding your why. Why do you do what you do? This is obviously a pretty broad and deep question. We're just going to keep it to the context of sports performance and why you like to play sport. So it's a great question to ask because now you can find a different meaning or reason for why you actually play sport. A simple way to do this is through an exercise called the 5 whys. So basically, you're going to ask yourself, well, why do you play sport? And your answer might simply be, because I like it. It's fun, it's enjoyable, and I get to play with my friends. And that's great. That's a pretty superficial answer though. So we need to ask again, okay, why is that important to you? And your answer might be, it's important to me because I value friendship and I value being competitive and winning. And you might delve a little bit deeper. Okay, why is that? Why do you value friendship? Why do you value winning? Winning makes me feel good. You might delve a little bit deeper. Why does winning make you feel good? Because it gives me purpose. Why do you want purpose? It makes life worth living. So you can see from question 1 to question 5, you delve quite a fair bit deeper. You don't always have to have such a deep and meaningful answer, but it definitely helps. And be prepared to go deep and search your emotions. It's okay if you get a little bit upset or emotional. This is actually perfectly normal, and it's actually a really good response because you have likely just found your why. Trusting the process. One of the biggest concerns at the moment is there's no real end point. And I guess that's what we're always kind of looking for. We're always trying to achieve the end result, which is perfectly fine. That's why we set goals in the first place. However, when climbing a mountain, most of the journey is done on the way up, actually climbing the mountain. You're going to spend more time climbing than you are probably at the top. So this analogy can also reflect our sporting life as well. We probably spend way more time training and preparing for our games and sport than we do actually playing our sport. But that's why we do it, because we want to improve our sports performance and we want to be the best that we can. And this is great. One thing that we often see though, especially in elite sport, is those who don't enjoy the climb, who don't enjoy the process and are only ever about the end game, often have a lot of mental issues or mental troubles, either while they're playing or even after they've finished playing. Sport is only going to be a small part of our life, so we need to think bigger picture here. If sport is really important to you, that's great, and there's many ways to be involved. But if you don't enjoy the process of being a part of a sporting organisation and all you want is the glory at the end, unfortunately you're going to become unstuck. Think about the elite athlete that just focuses on winning a championship. They work so hard to get there. And if they get there and they actually win, that's excellent. There's that 15 minutes of exhalation. Although what happens after that? Well, life returns back to normal. And this is where we can get stuck. This is where we can get trapped. Is that it was such a high, such an exhalation, such an ecstasy that we got to that high point that we want it again. And this can either be inspiring to help you want to achieve it again, or it can actually be demotivating because of the hard work that you actually had to put in to get there. And it might have been torturous. And I completely understand. There's many famous quotes about people working really hard to get what they want to achieve. And I don't doubt that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is you need to start to enjoy the process. Because what happens if you actually never achieve the ultimate success? That's a lot of time and energy spent on something that you don't actually enjoy doing. So it's important to start to think about what actually makes you happy and what you can be doing to start to enjoy the process of preparing. So all those other extra things that you're doing to achieve better sports performance, start to find the fun in ordinary or the fun in boring. When you find that and you accept and enjoy the process of preparing as much as you do actually playing, you're going to be way more fulfilled. You're going to be way happier over a majority of time. And this can come in so many different ways. It doesn't have to be the training. You can find the fun in the mateship. You can find the fun in the little wins. Hitting a pass at training that you haven't been able to do. Being selected for a team that you've been working really hard to be a part of. There's many ways to find the small wins. It's a great thing to sit down and have a think about how you can enjoy the process a lot more. Because if you don't, you might find that it was a waste of time. Regaining motivation is easier said than done. Although, the next thing you should do is take action. Whether it's finding your why, taking a break, or just having 3 deep breaths. Action creates motivation. So get after it.